Hello, good evening. I call to order the special closed session of the Mayor and City Council at 5:32 p.m. Good evening, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for being here, and to everybody watching remotely as well. Councilmember Flores, would you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance at this time? Thank you. Thank you, Councilmember. Madam City Clerk, would you please take the roll?
Councilmember Sanchez? Here. Councilmember Ibarra?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Here.
Councilmember Charette? Here. Councilmember Canas? Here. Councilmember Flores?
Here.
Councilmember Ortiz is absent, and Mayor Tran is absent.
Thank you. We'll go ahead and proceed, moving on to public comments at this time. Madam City Clerk, if you could please call the names.
Mike Hartley, John Schollenberger, Linda Magalanis, Ivan Garcia, Sandra Ibarra, Kimberly Calvin, Sarah.
Hello. I'm a little disappointed in this meeting, especially when the mayor's not here and my councilwoman is not here. To me, this is another secret squirrel meeting that you guys pull off. How many of you guys ever interviewed a CEO? Any of you? All of you? As far as I'm concerned, we've flubbed up the last couple of city managers that have cost the city over $1 million. And I feel you guys are rushing it again. The mayor should be involved, and my Treasurer Ortiz, my councilwoman should be involved. All of you should be involved. And without them, as far as I'm concerned, we're not going to get a good deal on it. The only thing I can say is if you guys do pick the wrong one, at least I can point my finger at somebody, and it won't be my councilwoman, and it won't be the mayor. I hope to God you guys think about this before you do anything you'll regret. And I guess you won't regret it. The city of San Bernardino will regret it, like they've already regretted a lot of the things you've done so far. Thank you.
Good evening, John Schollenberger, 7th Ward, City of San Bernardino. I am here and speaking in opposition to this meeting, strictly for the fact that my councilwoman, Dr. Treasurer Ortiz in the 7th Ward, is not here to be heard and her opinions heard in this hiring or interviewing process. That said, she had a death in the family, as she explained to me before. She said her grandmother has passed, and she's with them to grieve the loss of her grandmother. Well, I understand, that there's a quorum here, and also, of course, Mayor Tran is, from what I understand, had a previous engagement as well. It's still not right for all the voices to be included in this. All eyes are on people who didn't think they'd be on them, but they are. It's my representation in my ward is not being heard. Her opportunity to speak to it is not being heard, and that's taking away from the entire 7th Ward. You guys didn't have to have this meeting. You guys could have did it a different, you could have rescheduled it, you could have did something different. Okay, well, to me, by doing this, and when I say all eyes on the council, I mean that politically. You guys are just, just burying yourselves politically, and it's not necessary. You could do the right thing, you have the choice, but you're just choosing to go down this path and alienate those in the community, and it's not right. But again, we the community told you not to hire Charles Montoya collectively, and you thwarted the will of the people and did it anyway. And now we asked you not to have this meeting, and you did it anyway. So my point is is when you thwart the will of the people, all the voices in the community are not being heard, and that's not right. So again, you're going to do what you're going to do. I just want to make sure that I'm on public record telling you my opposition to this, and to, you know, remind you guys, hey, this isn't looking good for you. I could come up here, you know, and I'm just going to come up here as a regular person and tell you it doesn't look good for you in the community. The people say, hey, these guys are renegade. They're just going to do whatever they want to, and look at the destructive things that they've done to us financially since 2019, since Valdivia was in here, and all the lawsuits and everything else that we've suffered. You guys know what to do. Just do the right thing, and make sure that Treasurer Ortiz and Mayor Tran are included in the conversation. Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon, Sarah. There's so much at stake right now as we navigate the recruitment of our next city manager. Recently, we've been confronted with lawsuits alleging SLA violations, mismanagement of funds, and multiple claims of hostile work environment. These are critical issues for the city, and it's imperative that all elected officials are present when going through the recruitment of our city manager. Equally troubling is the absence of our city attorney, Sonia Carvalho, from city council meetings ever since the heat turned up on her. To my knowledge, she remains on payroll despite community's request to immediately remove her and BBK as city attorney for lack of transparency when they were moving full force on bonds at City Hall without our knowledge and some of the council members. As we are actively recruiting for our next city manager, continuing to have BBK as city attorney is a conflict of interest. BBK does not have the city's best interests at hand. Sonia Carvalho and Jim Rice have proven themselves to be a liability. Sonia continues to be absent at the dais, even though we have a contract to provide services to the city and have her sit here with us. Excuse me. Her absence at the dais and her tendency to operate behind closed doors is deeply concerning. We have long struggled with a reputation of corruption, and what I see happening in these recruitment meetings only reinforces that perception. Sonia's absence seems to coincide with increased scrutiny, raising questions about whether she and select members of the council are managing things behind the scenes. It's unacceptable for our elected body to be anything less than fully present during such critical times. We implore you to select a city manager that will manage the city ethically and responsibly under a new city attorney that's not BBK. We have an amazing interim city manager, Bill Gallardo. We can't afford to wait a little bit longer and find the best candidate under all these circumstances that I've mentioned. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good afternoon. My name is Linda Magallanes.
Just push the button, please. The one on the right. Oh,
Right there? It's on? Okay. My name is Linda Magallanes. And by the way, I'm a Spanish. My first language is Spanish. I would like to see if there is any translator for Spanish.
Oops.
Nope. Okay. I will try my best. We have a really big problem right now not having our city manager. We've been struggling with a lot of deplorable situations as big as the Nunez Park. I don't know if you are aware of that, the park, and then the el canal, the el canal, ¿cómo se llama? El canal. The channel right by the park. It's deplorable, and it's causing a lot of problems for the community around. We are very concerned too. We have a lot of viruses going on. We are very concerned to the health situation of the population that is around that area. Most of that area, I don't know if you have made a research in the area, it's elderly people. There is lots of elderly people around. There is too many kids trying to get along there to play soccer. Sometimes a soccer league uses that park for soccer events, and it's very dangerous and concerning that those kids can get any health issue because of the deploration of the park and whatever it surrounds the park, which is really, really bad condition. I don't know if you have taken a moment to go and drive and see how bad it is. And not having a city manager, it's taking it to a longer deploration. I don't know how more longer it will take to handle this issue. And what do you need? What is it that you guys need to hire a new manager? Like right now, we don't need to wait a little longer or some longer. I don't know what's the issue. And there is many people that they don't know how to express their concerns. I am one of it. I'm learning. I'm trying. But we are very concerned about the environment of that specific war, which is, I understand, I'm learning, it's War 1. Yes? Okay. So I'm here representing, I wish more people could come today. They couldn't make it today. So many people, it's with families. Today is a Sunday. Everything is important. I'm trying to help as much as possible for them to pass along the voice. What do we need? We would like to know, what do we need to move forward? It's been a long time. And I don't think we need to wait anymore. So if anybody would like to come with me and let us know what can we do as a community to help out our city where we live. As I said, there is many elderly people in that ward. Let us know, how can we help you? What is it that needs to be done to move forward? We like San Bernardino. There is many people that unfortunately they cannot move out of San Bernardino like other people can because of economic. Other people can move out. Many elderly people, they cannot move out. And I don't think moving out will be the thing that can fix the problem. Otherwise, San Bernardino will be empty by now. There is many families fighting for San Bernardino. Their kids have grown here like mine. Mine were born here. They like their city, and that's why I'm here, trying to learn and support our city so they can see what they would like to see as their city. Thank you so much for your support, and thank you for your labor.
Si gusta, le falta un poquito de tiempo si quiere decirlo también en español, lo que acaba de decir también.
Sí, lo puedo decir en español. Gracias por la oportunidad de decirlo en español. Estoy aquí representando a la comunidad de la área número 1 de San Bernardino, de la ciudad de San Bernardino, para comunicar que nos interesa mucho que se contrate un manejador de la ciudad lo más pronto posible, debido a la condición deplorable de lo que es el Parque Núñez, y el canal del Parque Núñez está infestado de basura. La gente alrededor, las casas, se llenan de insectos, de ratones que llevan infecciones a sus casas. Eso es una alarmante cuestión de salud. Va a traer muchas cuestiones de salud a la comunidad. Mucha comunidad en esa área, no sé si se han tomado el tiempo de hacerlo, son personas mayores de los 60 años, de los 75 años. Y ahí en el Parque Núñez también se juntan muchos jóvenes para jugar el fútbol. Hay una liga en específico que viene y hace eventos de fútbol para los jóvenes. Los jóvenes y los niños corren mucho peligro al estar jugando fútbol ahí en esa área. Esa área tiene muchos homeless, tiene muchas, pudiera decir, alarmas de salud para los jóvenes y los niños estar ahí. Y las personas que son de mayor edad que tengan contacto con estas cosas que son alarmantes para la salud. Entonces, hablando con algunos vecinos alrededor de la ciudad, ellos hablan español. Muchos de ellos hablan español, no saben cómo acercarse a la ciudad y pedir ayuda. No saben cómo venir y decir lo que está pasando, lo que ellos miran todos los días con los homeless estando ahí, que están tirando el agua, que tienen miedo de todo lo que puede infestarse ahí, tal vez el uso de las drogas, la contaminación que todo eso puede causar. Entonces, mucha gente no sabe cómo expresar ese sentimiento y esa preocupación. Muchas de esas personas crecieron a sus hijos aquí, como los míos nacieron aquí, les encanta la ciudad de San Bernardino, aquí es donde ellos sueñan un futuro, pero igual, miran la deploración de la ciudad. Y pues, ¿qué es lo que necesitamos para movernos? ¿Qué apoyo necesitan? ¿Por qué están deteniendo una decisión tan importante como contratar a un manejador de la ciudad? ¿Qué es lo que nos hace falta? Es lo que la gente está cuestionando. ¿Por qué no se ha contratado un manejador de la ciudad? Si tenemos varios puntos de emergencia, ya es una emergencia. Cualquier cosa, cualquier apoyo o cualquier comunicación que yo pueda proveer para estas personas, pues estoy disponible y en la mejor disposición, y pues les agradezco mucho que se tomen el tiempo de hacer su trabajo, de apoyar a la ciudad de San Bernardino. Todos queremos que siga creciendo. Gracias.
Gracias por su comentario.
Gracias.
Next speaker, please. Are there no more speakers? Okay.
Good evening, everybody. I'll be short and precise for the public who's not aware. We talk about transparency, but we have comments made that, my colleague from the 7th Ward had a death in her family. The mayor also made a comment about her also going through a death in her family. However, when I asked if that is the case, let us know as your colleagues. We can give you share our condolences to you. And the response I got from my colleague from the 7th Ward: as for the passing of a loved one in my family or anything happening in my personal life, it is not my obligation to share it with you. I don't want your condolences, and I'm not asking for them. The thought that you would suggest I or the mayor would lie about this is beyond disrespectful and just plain disgusting of you. You should be ashamed of yourself for even taking the time to type it out. That is Treasurer Ortiz. Somebody with a PhD talking like that, it's no surprise to me. Since I came into office, she's called me all sorts of names, but I have to endure it. I'm a public servant. We all have private lives, yes, but when you become a public servant, your private life becomes public. For anybody who doubts it, even former candidate for the 7th Ward, Jim Penman, on Facebook, he shared the website where he found her record, but people laughed about it. And here she is trying to file a lawsuit against our city, being interviewed with city resources. As a public servant, we have no privacy. Why wouldn't somebody want our condolences? And if anybody remembers the fires that we had in the 4th Ward, Fresh Red and I were never on on a good talking term since I started, for anybody who's followed our council meetings. But from the deepest part of my heart, I reached out to him to make sure that he was okay, because we care. We want to move the city forward. We haven't had a permanent city manager since last May. You all know we've had nothing but interim city managers, acting city managers. It is causing a lot of delays for the city, a lot of miscommunication going out into the community of how things are being run, because we have different managers coming in with different ways of managing a city. And we are not here hiding from anybody. It's majority of us are available. Why not ask the mayor where she was today? The event was in San Diego, ended at 3 p.m., but she's not here. Where's Treasure? She's probably with her family. But yesterday she was out in the public taking photo ops. So instead of questioning us who are here, question those who are not here. We have a civic duty to move our city forward. And that is what I want every citizen to know. Everything is public. There's no privacy here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Thank you. Wrong button, that's why. Good evening, council. We're back here again, and we are here to discuss your policies and procedures of which you are trying to choose a city manager for the city of San Bernardino. Councilmember Sandra Ibarra, I don't think that anything that you stated was relevant to what is happening here. And to then attack your colleague here through sharing the personal email to her colleagues, I don't think that that was appropriate at all, but that is what we're here to talk about. Special meetings are only able to be called by council members and the mayor. And this special meeting has been called and requested by Ted Sanchez. Was the recruiter not able to call a meeting? Would the recruiter have called a meeting on Sunday where you have 4 or 5 staff members that have taken time from their families to have to come in here? We all have. What was the urgency, council member, that this could not be held on a Monday or a Tuesday? What was the urgency? The city's not on fire. And I've seen the city on fire, and you didn't call a special meeting at that time. I've seen things in your ward be on fire, and you didn't call a special meeting to discuss anything in your ward. I've seen people be sitting outside of a building that has been condemned, and you weren't even there, so I don't know why you would need to call a special meeting tonight. Once that special meeting is requested of a mayor or a city council member, they are polled by the city clerk for their availability. In this case, at least 4 mayor or city council members agreed to the special meeting and dates suggested, thus meeting was scheduled. Note, this meeting isn't being held or called by the hired recruiter, and intentionally it's been called by Councilmember Sanchez and the sitting electeds that were available. Why did Sanchez decide he needed to call a special meeting to discuss the city manager recruitment? Why is the recruiter not allowed to complete the process that you are so much for, Mayor Pro Tem? Is this an action needed to be made today? I would strongly say only if there are 5 city council members who have agreed on who they are to hire, and they strongly believe that the other city council members and the mayor will not agree with them, and then simply decide to take action in the dark. With as critical of a decision to be made, why would city council members Charette, Sanchez, Ibarra, Canas, and so sadly Mayor Pro Tem Juan Figueroa take action after hearing the plea of the community to not be hasty? Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because you don't care about community. That is why. It is your only reason why. You simply don't care about community.
Thank you. Any other speakers?
Ivan Southside. They called Ivan Luis.
Oh, well then, Were there any other names is that the only one that's pending? Okay.
All right. Happy Sunday to everyone. Happy to be here. I really enjoy it. So, yes, we must move fast to hire a city manager. If we can do it like yesterday, the better. And I want to tell you why, okay? Because I have experienced firsthand the ineptitude of all the interim city manager, including the one that you have right now, okay? And in my personal opinion, that guy should be fired right now, okay? Because he's a liar and he's inept as the other one, Rochelle. I want to give you guys an example. Rochelle told me that we're gonna do a workshop, okay? He put 2 people from the city to work on a workshop for trucks, yards, and pallet yards. The new one, scrap it. They said they're not gonna be prosecuting and giving fines to those yards. Well, a guy called me yesterday that he just got a ticket for $4,000. So what's that? So one interim says one thing, the other one says the other thing. Oh, now I just found out that the all interim city manager, Rochelle, put a complaint. Well, we might get a lawsuit. So this is what we get with these inept people, okay? So, and I'm gonna tell you something, okay? Like Ted Sanchez, the reason why they've been calling you that you create a toxic working environment is because people from your ward been asking you to fix things, and you don't fix them because you tell them and they don't do it. And then I call and they say, oh, we didn't know about it. So they're a bunch of liars, and they should be ashamed of themselves. That is the reason why we need to get somebody that's gonna be accountable to you guys and to the community. And you know, I respect everybody's opinion, but I think it's a little bit misleading when 10 people said, all of the community is against this. What? 220,000 people is against this? Look, how many are here? What, 10? So, did I interrupt you, John? No, thank you. So this is the thing. Let's not be hypocrites here, okay? If we really, really want to move the city forward, we need to do the right thing, and we need to be quick to fire, okay? Because right now, this is the problem. We get a bunch of losers that they think that they have the power, okay? Because they create this chaos among city council members, and they run wild, especially as the directors of the different departments. And honestly, I think that I have the moral authority to talk and to say what I say, because I not only spend my money, I put my time and effort to better the city. So it's time for us to get to work. Thank you.
Thank you. Is this the final speaker, or are there others? Okay, next speaker.
Hi, good afternoon. This is Ivan Garcia. I'm a volunteer resident in the city since 2018. I'd like to say thank you for scheduling a special meeting today. It sounds like we have some urgency, and we really need a city manager. Interims isn't working. I think a city manager is going to help change the city around, beautify it. I'm a little bit surprised that it's on a weekend, but it's great. It's showing commitment from our city staff. It's showing willingness to help better our city, and we need to get a city manager ASAP. And please, 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 let's make the right decision this time. When are we going to make the right decisions to get the correct city manager in our city? Hopefully this city manager that comes to our city doesn't close out my CRMs without them being closed or without them being corrected. Potholes, graffiti, homelessness, light fixtures taking 8 months to be repaired, 12 months, 18 months. From now on, when my CRMs are closed, I'd like to schedule an in-person meeting for every CRM that you guys are closing out. Because I'm dedicating my time, effort on the weekends, nights, to help beautify my city. And if you don't have that same interest, you shouldn't be in our city. We need people that love our city, people that really care. And we need to do something about those homelessness that our guest just talked about. I can't go to parks because there's homeless. There's a guy where I live out in front of my street in broad daylight at 9 a.m. decides to take a shit during the day. And there's students right across the street. We need to come up with the plan. We got to have plans for everything. We need to stop closing out CRMs and please value the time and the investment that some of the residents that live here are putting into our city. And just so you know, I'm posting on Nextdoor app to my next goal is I'm going to send a letter to the White House every month now from here on out if the city's not doing it. Someone's going to help me. If you can't help me, someone's going to help me. So I'll be sending a letter once a month to the White House, see if we can get some more funds for asphalt repairs, some more funds for homelessness, some more funds for beautifying our city, some more funds for light fixtures. Thank you.
Thank you.
That concludes the speakers.
Okay. Any
There were no written comments received.
There's a statement that I'd like to read on behalf of the majority of the council. And if I can get this phone on. Well, why isn't it working? Oh. The city of San Bernardino has been without a permanent city manager for 12 months, since May 22nd of 2024. The process has not been rushed. Every step has been deliberate, lawful, and carefully considered. There is no secret meetings. While the meetings are confidential and confidentiality exists to ensure fairness and integrity for all the candidates involved, we owe them that level of professionalism and respect. Give me a second.
Every council member has had the opportunity to thoroughly review all candidates. The council made the right decision to move the process forward in service to the community. We understand the timing may not be ideal, but council has had a duty to see this process through. Delaying this decision would mean pushing it back 5 weeks, increasing the risk of losing highly qualified candidates. That is a risk the community cannot afford. In the spirit of transparency, we want to be clear. This decision was not about sidelining or hurting any member of this body. It was about fulfilling our responsibility. The council has a job to do, and we're doing it. And that was the statement that Councilmember Sanchez was attempting to read there. So
That's teamwork. But I hope you guys all heard it clear.
all right, so we will now convene into closed session here at 6:06.
We've already read it 3 times. Wait, twice. I'd read it one more time so that it's coherent. You want to read, but have one person.
It might be on, so.
Yeah.
Gonna go like this again?
Yeah, I'm gonna read it. But I also think it's important you
City Attorney, is there anything to report?
Mayor Pro Tem, there are no reportable actions from closed session. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a statement to read on behalf of a majority of the council. The city of San Bernardino has been without a permanent city manager for 12 months, since May 22nd of 2024. This process has not been rushed. Every step has been deliberate, lawful, and carefully considered. This is not a secret meeting. While the meeting is confidential, the confidentiality exists to ensure fairness and integrity for all candidates involved. We owe it to the candidates, we owe it to them that level of professionalism and respect. Every council member has had the opportunity, every elected official, including the mayor, has had the opportunity to thoroughly review all candidates. The council made the right decision to move forward, the process forward, in service of the community. We understand that the timing may not be ideal, but the council has a duty to see this process through. Delaying this decision would mean pushing it back 5 weeks, increasing the risk of losing highly qualified candidates. That risk the community cannot afford. In the spirit of transparency, we want it to be clear this decision was not about sidelining or hurting any member of this body. It was about fulfilling our responsibility. The council has had a job to do, and we're doing it. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll proceed to adjournment here at approximately 9:37. The next joint regular meeting of the Mayor and City Council and the Mayor and City Council acting as the successor agency to the Redevelopment Agency and the Mayor and City Council acting as the San Bernardino City Housing Authority and Mayor and City Council of the City of San Bernardino acting as the San Bernardino Joint Powers Finance Authority will adjourn to the special meeting to be held on April 29, 2025 at the Multipurpose Conference Room located at 201B Northeast Street, San Bernardino, California 92401. Closed session will begin at 5:30 p.m.